Oftentimes as artists, when we try to create a piece from just out of the blue, sometimes it doesn't go as planned, or sometimes we kind of veer off of what was originally thought. But I have some ways that we can kind of deter that. Hi, welcome back for those of you who are familiar with me. And for those who are not familiar with me, hi, I'm Ari, and I'm a visual artist. I love to create. It doesn't matter what I create or where it comes from, as long as if I can get my hands on a piece of art or something I feel like I can create, I create it. In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you on how to create your first art piece. Many people have the thought that creating art is easy. I mean, you just sketch a couple lines, you throw a couple paint on a canvas, and then you've created art. Yes, but also there are some different advanced levels to creating art. If you're like me, creating art can be sometimes tricky and sometimes doesn't go as planned. So if you want to create your first art piece, you have to first start off by doing a couple sketches, or what I like to call brainstorming. Now, what this is going to help you do is to allow you the ability to actually see what you have in mind and put it on paper. What you want to start off by doing is, like I said, start off by doing a little doodle with a little few details written in on the side. Now, this doesn't have to be the plan or the stage where you fully go in and draw out exactly what you're going to do. Like I said, a simple sketch or a simple drawing and a few details would do. It's just to help you get and map out exactly what you want to do and how you want to execute the plan. Okay, step two is really simple, is decide what medium you're going to use. Are you going to use acrylic? Are you going to use pastels? Are you going to use oil? Like, what type exactly are we going to use to create this painting or create this art piece? Decide on what you're going to use and go with that. If you're not familiar with the type of medium and you're just starting out, I would recommend with going what you feel comfortable with. If you're familiar with acrylic, I recommend that you just kind of stick with acrylic. Like I said, this is not the area where you kind of want to explore. That's for a different video. Step three is also really simple, is you want to go ahead and prep your station. Nothing screams like distraction, like getting up and having to go to a different station or a different area to get something that I forgot. I could have forgotten a paintbrush, or I could have forgotten something as simple. But I found in the past that actually getting up and stopping my artwork when I don't have all of my materials has actually put kind of a damper or a little ripple in my artwork creation. Now, this also goes back to not having that plan set out in place. So once I had my plan and I knew what I wanted to do, then I could freely get up or move about or take a break, whatever what I wanted to do, and actually come back to know to what exactly I'm creating. Without that plan, like I said for step two, is I was kind of just drawing or creating out of the blue, which messed me up. So also going back to with gathering all of your materials, you have everything within your surrounding, so that way you don't have to stop, get up, get distracted, and you could probably finish your piece in one setting, depending on how long the piece will take. The last and final step is know the plan and stick to it. I don't know how many times I can preach this. I've said this in previous videos. I will say this in future videos. Know your plan and stick to the plan. For example, if you want to draw a portrait or you want to draw an animal, stick to that. This is not the time to kind of try to be venturing out, to add in some different pieces that you just thought of last minute. This is a time to just create what you had planned out and what you had mapped out. What you could do is once you finish the picture, is you could go back and analyze it and see what things you might want to change and what things you might want to keep the same. I have found in the past that changing the picture as I go along actually ruined my drawing or ruined my picture. And at the end of it all, I ended up not really liking it, and I ended up just kind of putting it off to the side. What that led to is a lot of pictures and a lot of paintings and a lot of art creations being undone because I just wasn't satisfied with the work, and I just wasn't satisfied with how it turned out halfway through. Think of something interesting or something cool that you might want to add to your drawing. Just write it down, and maybe, like I said, later you can actually go back and analyze and say, well, would blue fur actually look good on this animal? Could I actually pull off drawing blue fur? Stick to the plan, know your plan, and execute the plan. Always, like I say, being an artist is not really easy. So it's always easy when you have help along the way. That's why I create these videos, to help guide you in your art career, or really anything you can take away from this video. It doesn't necessarily have to be art, but that's mainly what we talk about is art. So that's all I have for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below on some ways that if you're an artist, how do you prep to create your art? Like, what do you do to get ready when you make up in your mind that, okay, I'm going to create some art? What are some steps that you take to create? I love to hear you guys' feedbacks, questions, and concerns. And that's all. Bye.